Welcome to Gem Squares. I'm your host, Bree.
And I'm your host, Winnie.
And we are
Just two gems.
Well, I'm happy that we got more people looking at our content.
Yeah.
Commenting and subscribing. We appreciate it. And today we just want to talk about a couple things. But before we get into it, I do want to ask you a question, Winnie.
Okay.
And I really need you to think hard.
Okay.
On this question.
Thinking.
Okay. Tell me about a time where your self-care was like top notch.
Ooh.
Like you were like, I'm in my bag. If there was an award, you would get it for being that girl for taking care of yourself.
I think I got 2 times.
Oh.
So one time was unintentional.
Oh.
And the other time was intentional.
Okay.
So the unintentional time was when I was studying abroad in Ireland.
Ooh.
And that's just because I literally had to walk to campus, which was a mile away.
Okay.
Like the closest bar a mile away.
Yeah.
And so that's there and back. That's 4 miles because we're going out at least 3-4 times a week.
Yeah.
So times that, that's a lot of miles.
Yeah.
And that's just like, that's not including the grocery store, other things, walking around while you're out. So yeah, I just did a lot more walking. Galway, that's where I was at. It was a very walkable city.
Oh.
And so, yeah. And then also like the food is, there. Food has to be a much better quality. America should be like that. We have the FDA, but what do? You should look up the 2024 recalls if you ever just want to know what you shouldn't be eating right now because you might be getting salmonella, other crazy diseases, things that kill people.
That list existed.
It's bad, y'all. In 2024 alone, we're only halfway through this year, but
yeah, and so much like beef and chicken of this year had been recalled.
They recalled peppercorn, black pepper. I'm telling you, it's not good, y'all. But yeah, so the food quality much better. I ate fish over there.
Ooh.
So I grew up on a lake. I did eat fish like at home, but like I only eat like lake fish and barely ever like salmon. So there I did eat more fish, which was really nice. Ooh. The vegetables were so much fresher.
Crisp.
Yeah, I'll never forget the first time we went grocery shopping. Our flatmate who had been there earlier than us didn't warn us that they didn't have plastic bags there. And then the Tesco that we were at had run out of like the ones that you could buy. Oh. And then we were like buying up all this shit, just excited to be trying new stuff. And we had to carry it all home in our hands. It was awful. Oh. It was a time. You live and you learn. Yeah, picked it back up, helped each other out. Oh. We got back. But yeah, so that time, just walking, and I had to be like more reflective just because of the things I was doing there. And it was like the first time I was away from my family that long and traveling. Yeah. And so I think it was just like a really good time. I got to do a lot of things I enjoyed. Okay. And so like my self-care just inherently was happening there.
Wow.
And then the second time that it was just peak, I would say is like when we hit our like peak workout, when we were just going, we were workout girlies. That we're not still, we are gym girlies still. We're inconsistently consistent, and like the gaps between our inconsistencies are getting shorter and shorter.
Which is good.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so
we haven't went months without working out in a while.
No.
Even if it's once or twice that month.
Yeah, we're still hitting.
Yeah.
Even with all of our travel we've been doing. So yeah, I think I will still include this. We're just at a low point right now, coming out, And yeah, we were doing so much working out. I was working on cooking a lot more. I was journaling more consistently. Yeah. And yeah, trying to do like more somatic movements and yoga. As I was just like peak, I was reading some real good like self-help books, really learn about myself, and yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah, so those are 2 times I would love to highlight. Wow. How about you?
Dang, you said some good stuff. I'm like, wow, she put me into her self-care. How kind. That was peak self-care.
We were
I was
healing
cooking
wounds, bro.
meals.
Cooking meals.
I was cooking full
We were having
meals.
like get-togethers. That was great.
Yeah, it was a time.
Yeah.
P Valley came into
Ah,
our
P
lives.
Valley.
You know?
Season 3, I'm waiting for
Oh my God,
you.
because they said down by the
Valley where
let
the
it
girlies
go.
get naked.
Because if she throwing
As you know, she gon' shake it.
1, 3, get 'em. 4, 5, get 'em. Now I know they ain't the lyrics, but I know
But
it
great
was
show. If you
something
haven't
get 'em.
watched it and
Yeah.
you know you're a mature person of age,
Yes, because you got
it's
it
a great
here.
show.
You just have to hear M.I. Prickle
Pickle
prickle
it
eye.
eye.
Humpback,
Humpback
humpback eye.
eye.
Mississippi Pride.
Shout out to my cousin Michael. She's the one who put us on.
She really
and
did.
she rewatched it like 4 times so all of us could be on the same page as her.
Man, it was good.
Great show. Great
good.
show.
Great show.
We're gonna have to do like a rewatch before season 3.
Yeah, what a great show. So for me, when I think about like times that I felt like I was at my peak, and I know like we talked about it earlier, because just for transparency, I think I have to say something before I say it. So I did Peace Corps in Ukraine. In Peace Corps Ukraine, it was a very hard time for me. That is the most racism, sexism, just physical assault on body that I've ever experienced in my life. So it was really hard for me to be there doing Peace Corps and being in a country where like almost nobody looks like me, right? So that was really hard. However, my self-care was like top notch. I felt like even though I was like having sad girl thoughts, I gotta make sure I pat. I gotta rub in. I'm literally making myself like masks, creams. I'm blending stuff up. I had a night routine, a middle of the day routine, a morning routine. I was serious. I journaled every day. Like I just felt like I had to do it because you know you got to keep your mind right when you're doing something as hard as Peace Corps, and that's Peace Corps globally.
Yeah,
it's a very hard position, even though it contributes to imperialism, but that's not what we're here for. So
we're gonna do an episode on Peace Corps because I got a beef with you.
That's what we're here
as
for.
An organization.
An organization. So like that's not what we're here for, but I just felt like, man, that was nice. Another time is
and like all the vegetables, the community with the babushkas.
Oh, the babushkas. You guys really looked out for me. I don't know if you're listening or if you ever listen. I just want to say thank you because I really appreciate really how you saved my life in Ukraine. But it just was really nice. Just like I just felt like people cared about me, the people that I trusted and liked, who were Ukrainian specifically. I just felt like even in darkness, it was so much like pockets of light that I just tried to like hold on to, and I was just really taking care of myself. I was inviting people over and like cooking meals for people. I did my first like artist exhibition in Ukraine where people really liked my art, and then they put on this exhibition for me, and I thought that was really cool, and people came out, and I sold a lot of pieces and gave it to victims of human trafficking. So it was just like a really good time, and with my self-care specifically. I feel like I went on a tangent.
No, I think that was all a part of it.
Yeah, and I felt like I was looking down here and not up there. Whatever.
She's right here though.
Yeah. So that was a top one. Another one was I didn't realize the after effect of how Ukraine was going to affect me until I left. That was another layer of difficulty. And my friend Leah, her parents, Leah and Maya, parents was like, hey, come stay at our house for like a month. You can stay upstairs. And I stayed with them. and they were just so kind. They like cooked for me. Her mom is an artist. She's a really good, cool artist in Minneapolis. If you're ever looking out, I can give you the name. But she's like a dope, quirky lady.
She
You know
is.
what I mean?
I got 2 great plants from
Oh
her.
my God, she's awesome. So like being in the house, also being in like a two-parent household kind of felt like healing in a way. Like, 'cause they would like cook together and talk together, it's just I just seeing those things just felt very healing. Like her whole family has been really open towards me. So like just having a space to just not worry about anything, no thoughts, and just painting and sleeping and writing and painting and eating. Like that just was really, that was really good.
Yeah, those were good times.
Right, right. So I know we're talking about all these different places and all these places that we've went to or people who held us when we were engaging in self-care. Like, what are some other things that you do currently to help take care of you?
My number one for like the last decade, baths. Long baths.
And she is great at it. She's so great at it. I'm trying to get her, she don't know this. I'm trying to get her to come to my house so I can use the rest of the bath salt just for her. Because I was like, I'm just going to make Winnie a huge bath. But I want it to be a scent you like. So I was just like, I'm going to have her come and I'll just finish it and give you a gallon of bath salts because it's wild over there.
I love baths with bath salts, bubbles, candles, that atmosphere.
I didn't know you got some candles.
Yeah. Depending, either I'm reading a book or reading on my phone, or I'll watch TV or something. Yeah. Sometimes I'm just listening to music. Depends on the vibe. You know what I need. Yeah, that's one of my absolute favorites. Sometimes I'll have some little snacks.
I wish I could have a projector in the bath and I have like some tea candles and I'm watching Murder, She Wrote. With a glass of wine. Moscato, chilled.
I know you like your wine, but me, on the other hand, I prefer a gummy with some marijuana, which is great for people who are of age or in medical need.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. That's nice too.
It is. It's a great time for me. A great time to reflect. This might be controversial, but I do shower after. I know. I like to scrub my body, but
how is that?
Some people prefer the shower before the bath method.
But you sitting in your stuff.
And that's what people say. But I shower after because I like to get real clean. I like to use my African net to clean my body. It's great.
Dang.
That's another part of my self-care is like the whole process of like, exfoliating, washing. I like to leave my conditioner in extra long. Do a little extra face massage while I'm doing my cleansing.
I do think that you engage in self-care way more often and frequently than I do. I'm for real.
Yeah.
I feel like I do not do it as much as you do.
Yeah.
It makes me sad.
I love to lotion up afterwards. I need to be moisturized. I can't go dry. I have to brush my hair, I do my little face routine. I love my little vanity setup.
Yeah.
I'm going to be sad to lose it because it's just so great to be sitting down and just doing my little close-up mirror.
I'm losing it.
I know. I just don't know where I'm going to put it in the new apartment.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. But it is a great time. I ain't going to lie.
Yeah.
Love going to bed after especially after a long bath, a real good scrub down into clean sheets. It's fantastic. Especially if it's just like you just wash.
Like that just after a shower and going.
Well, that is nice, but this is like peak, especially after you've like washed your duvet and your duvet cover recently, your pillowcases, you put your new satin case on. Like it's all just nice and fresh, and you're nice and fresh. Your room's clean.
Ooh.
Oh, it's just great.
Your room.
I love my
clean.
little light with that can do the like low light.
Yeah.
And then, the room's a vibe, bro.
Oh yeah, I have the low light ones because of you. They're on each side of my bed.
I love the ones in the living room that you got. The little floor lamps.
Oh, are they nice?
They are nice.
They are vibe.
They really pissed me off last night because I was trying to get the fan going because it's so freaking hot. But I didn't want to turn the AC on because I knew it was going to make me too cold.
Oh.
And then your power strip that does the automatic turn on for the light wasn't on. But I didn't want to be like, Alexa, turn the thing on. Because I didn't know what to say.
Yeah.
And then I didn't want to unplug it because I wanted it to come on at the right time.
Yeah.
So then I had to go find another outlet.
Oh.
It was wild. And then I stubbed my toe and it bled. And she heard me say that and she went, oh, and rolled over. Didn't offer me a Band-Aid, didn't tell me where they were, no bacitracin, no Neosporin, not the off-brand shit. Nothing, bro. And you know what's crazy? She doesn't even have fucking paper towels, y'all. So I couldn't even fucking wrap it around my toe like people who don't got Band-Aids on the regular. It was... Oh, I couldn't even find them fucking flimsy old ones that grandparents have. Those ones that barely stick on.
Yeah.
Nothing, y'all.
Oh, wow.
It was awful. I said, cool. And she only got toilet paper because I gave her some.
Yeah.
No, I'm just playing.
That's it. I just was using the wipes.
She does like I love the wipes, but they're really not good to actually go down the plumbing. But it's a hard habit to break. I think we all need to get into bidets.
That's what I remember. I had one.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it wouldn't work for my toilet.
I want to get one, but I need one that warms the water. Yeah. I can't do the cold water.
Oh my god. We really do need to look.
As Americans, y'all, we gotta up our hygiene. We need the bidets. We need the bidets.
Washing our legs.
Oh. Some of us aren't washing our hands. And why would you put a TikTok out there? There's a white woman who said, why do I gotta wash my hands at my house? It's my home. You can't eat in everybody's house, y'all. You can't.
Why should I wash my hands?
In my own home.
And this is what I'm saying. Becky couldn't be trusted at the cookout when she bought the raisins. Now we have to question everything.
Everything. I'm sorry. That's something y'all got to deal with. It's not an allegation you can beat. It's on the internet. You're putting it on TikTok. You know how easy it is to just look up white people talking about not washing their hands? About faking putting water on when they're in the bathroom?
I've seen that at Target so many times, and I've been so gross.
Amount of sign. Every place has a fucking sign to remind their employees to wash their hands. Ask yourself why.
Listen, when I went to the airport recently, I went in there to use the restroom. I seen so many people, and I'm not going to say color, but I saw so many people just and leaving.
Yes.
Or just fixing their outfit and then leaving.
Men, you too. I'm not in your bathroom, but it's enough for that it's a trope on TV. Y'all got to wash your hands too.
Yeah, y'all bathroom smell.
And I do think you should dab the tip of your penis.
And this is what I've been saying since I was 7 years old. I've been saying this. And I wish I could tell the story, but I don't want to do my boy like that.
Don't do it.
I've been saying this since I was 7. Why would you unlock that like that in me?
I'm so sorry.
Small breed didn't need that. Allegation, what? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Since I was 7, I've been confused. What I found out, okay, other people pee with a penis, right?
That happens.
When I saw that, I said, okay, so everyone's using tissue because what about the drippage? That's every time I said, what about the drippage? People start being, I ain't doing that. Then it turned into, I'm calling you homophobe. I'm calling you homosexual.
They won't wipe their ass because they say it's gay. Why? Cis straight men, get over it. Wipe your ass and wash your ass, please.
How is taking some toilet paper, hitting it with the because if you play with it more than twice, there's a situation.
If you shake it more than twice, you're playing with it.
You heard what I said, and you said what I said, and we said what we said, and
together.
it was said.
Gem squared.
Amen. So I'm sitting there like it makes sense to how is that me making you gay? The hold of homophobia have
You
on
let
men,
it go.
cishet men. You
Need to let it
need
go.
help.
And not just cishet men, but mostly.
Exactly, yeah. You need
And if
help.
it doesn't apply to you, let it fly. I'm sorry. Coco.
I was trying not to do it too hard in the mic, and then it came out, and I said, just finish it. You can't stop it now.
You can't.
It's on the roll.
Cause one call. What is that?
It was a oh my hip.
Life alert.
You ignorant.
Me and my grandma make life alert jokes all the fucking time, bro. Help, I'm falling and I can't get up.
The funny thing is my grandma and I do too. It's like, this is for you, and then you're cracking the joke.
Like, it's funny, haha, but it's getting serious.
It is getting very serious. Oh my god.
You know the people I love who just be like in regular public wearing it like it's a change, is proud, like
proud.
And it's gonna save me.
Yeah. Cause let me tell you, when I turn 80, I'm having life alert.
Like a freshman with their lanyard,
Listen,
bro.
it's
They're
gonna
just
be
out
attached
there.
to my keys.
Beep.
Listen, you ain't gonna...
hey, Dina, I'm gonna need you to come get me again.
Yep.
I'm falling and I can't get up.
I cannot get up.
Because what?
Curtains.
You're gonna help me get up.
I just can't wait for us to start using our slang we use now.
As old people.
Hey, you gotta come pick me up, man. It's Kurtz. Period. Poo. I got lit last night.
She said I went to bed at 8 p.m.
8 p.m. Because if it's up, it's stuck.
What's up?
You know, now come help me get up.
Now come help me.
Come help me
get up. No, that was the first time. Let me tell you about the first time I like actually couldn't get up.
Okay.
The first time I was like, "Oh, bitch, you're in your 30s."
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. Everybody can't be 25.
Oh, we're gonna talk about your IT band in a minute. So.
Oh, this is not a safe place.
If I'm out myself.
I got wounded earlier, man. Be easy on me, man. Fuck, you're ugly.
Rugged as hell, bitch. Uncalled for. Damn. Okay, anyways. Went to the powwow with my friend Felicia. Was doing all the dances, a lot of side stuff. This is the first time had gone 2 days consecutively to a powwow in a while. Yeah.
You was getting, because you be getting it with the side
stuff
up there.
And so, how old was I at this time? 32? I know, I just turned.
I was 30s.
Yeah, this one I'm in my 30s, yeah. So I just turned 33. No, it was when I was 31, I think. 31 or 32, I don't remember now. That's how old I am. No, I think I just turned 32. But anyways, I was having a good ass time. And then the next day, that night I slept on the couch.
Yeah.
And then the next day I was like getting up, and sometimes I just roll off the couch and then stand up. Damn. And so I rolled off the couch and I just like did not pop up. And I said, what? Okay, I've had chronic back pain, but I've never had, like, it's never hindered me from, like, getting up or doing stuff. Yeah. Like, I'll just be like, oh, I'll put my marijuana salve on it, and medical grade, it's great.
It is great.
Yeah, or getting massages, stretching, that's what really helped me. Working out a lot more. Anyways, that's not the point of what I'm saying.
But you gotta stretch, y'all, because you don't stretch, you're gonna be howling. Because my IT band be taking me out on this right leg.
You know, it's crazy. She always just, her and our other friend Kayla, they always be making fun of me because I was doing warm-ups before every workout, even before walking. And they're like, no, I don't want to do it with you. I'm good. And then this bitch literally had to go to physical therapy.
Yeah. Yeah, and that white man was so kind.
Dude, he got us right. We were doing them stretches. Oh, we need to get back into that. That was a good one.
Stretches, yeah.
That was a really good one.
Shout out to that.
My joints were feeling good then.
I know, limber.
Anyways, yeah. And I was just like sitting there for a minute and I was like, oh my God. And that was like the first time I felt old.
Oh.
Yeah, I was 32. And I had like, I'd barely been 32, but I was just like,
But okay.
And that's, I also knew I need to stretch more. I was just like,
Yeah. But going back to yourself that you put on your body, that is some real good salve, y'all.
Yeah, it is.
Good. And to me being like, okay, Brie, when you travel, you need to bring it. You have to go here. You gotta like have it, find it at a store.
The
somewhere.
CBD kind.
Yeah, like it's like I had to have it. And at home, I gotta know where it's at, because like that's a form of self-care, taking care of my body when it aches. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So,
Listening to your body.
Right. So that salve is that thing. I love it.
Also, just like learning more about your body. Cause like, so I love to get massages. That's another one of my top self cares. Maybe number 2, honestly.
I think it's number 1
for you.
For you.
Not over bath. The way I be bathing.
Oh, over baths. Yeah. Bath and then massage.
But it's a close number 2 for sure. It's a money thing, massage is expensive. But love a massage. So real close second, seriously. But oh yeah, it's the money thing. That's but but I had this really great masseuse who told me, because I had some really bad lower back pain around that time, and she told me that like she couldn't even work on like my lower knots because my fascia at the time, they had no idea what the hell that was so messed up that like she couldn't even reach it, and that's why it was so painful. And then she was telling me it's like this inner layer stuff that's like over your muscles. And so then I went home and started learning more about it. That's why I was doing more stretches, making sure I was warming up. And yeah, getting massages, making sure I was using that salve. And
now you got a healthy back.
Yeah. Just recently, that massage that we went to at the DLCC.
Yeah.
She's like, "Wow, you like don't have any real big problems," and I was like,
"Versus me, she couldn't even get to my muscles."
Damn, I'm sorry, I wasn't bragging, bro.
No, she was bragging. She was like, "You tight bitch.
You should have been doing warm-ups with me. I told you."
No, for me, not like a for me thing, but what I would love to get into, like for self-care, is like crocheting more. Or embroidery, because I started it. And
embroidery.
I just want to continue doing that. I would love to start picking up my paintbrush again.
We're all waiting.
Yeah.
You keep threatening, really.
Threatening.
To be painting, to start doing something, to bring us something somewhere.
Yeah.
Doing it on this trip.
Yeah.
And you just haven't gotten to yet.
No. It's just like, I also feel like, man, I don't know how to paint anymore. It's been too long now.
You know what's crazy? So I love to color in coloring books. Especially big ones, detailed ones.
Yeah.
I just love to color. But sometimes I'll just be like, oh, will it be as good? Will it look as good? I get self-conscious about matching colors up.
Yeah.
And, doing the right shading.
Yeah.
Or the right outline. But yeah, and then I'd be like, you just gotta play around with it. How you gonna know if you don't try?
That's true.
You got the shit. What's the point of not using it?
Yeah.
Because if it's not giving you joy, like Marie Kondo said, you gotta let it go.
Yeah.
We about to move. We gotta declutter as we go. And I know you want to do it.
Yeah. Because I just have not been painting. But yeah, sorry, I kind of went somewhere. I was like, because I have not been painting. I went somewhere. But yeah, I don't know. Is there like a time of your life where you're like, you know what? I really need to be consistent with this self-care.
Oh, a lot in these past 2 years.
Okay.
I think but I would say like this is my first like intentional time of being like, self-care is important. And like self-care in the sense of like making sure I'm taking care of my body and like trying to be better with my sleep schedule.
Yeah.
Like I at times have some crazy sleep schedules where I'll just be up late as hell, and then sometimes I'll have to wake up super early, or I'm finishing up a project last minute,
Right.
and just doing bad things to my body with my sleep. Because as soon as you like get a pattern going and then you kind of slip off even a little bit, that like alerts your body and like sends it into this like stress mode and does all this stuff to your body, and so it's just not great to
Yeah.
yo-yo up and down with your
Yeah.
sleep like that. So that's a forever goal I've been working on, it
Tell
seems.
me, there are times I've definitely slept better the older I've gotten.
Yeah.
I've always had just, me. I'm up all day.
Yeah.
But I definitely think I've been sleeping a bit better this last year or two.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
And even that small time you were doing like really good, like going to bed early, getting up early.
Uh-huh.
So I think, and honestly, as somebody who has ADHD, like that's a big determinant, and depression even, of like getting some like the significant amount of sleep consistently.
Oh yeah.
Makes your mood like so much better with just doing that.
Oh my God, so much
like
better.
Scientifically, like this isn't just like an anecdote I'm telling you, like that is something that will definitely help you.
Yeah, and I'd be tracking my sleep too with my Apple Watch. I ain't got it on today because I don't know what happened.
She often let it go uncharged.
Yep.
Like her phone.
Yep. And it'll be uncharged. I won't wear it for like 2-3 days.
She'd be like, oh dang, we were just going to the gym. She's like, oh, I forgot it. It might be on the charger.
It might be. It might be. So when I first started to think about self-care, I wanted to ask you, where did you get the gift of taking care of yourself? But I was like, that's going to be a little too deep. But then I was thinking of it for myself, and I was like, damn, who? Like, I was like trying to think of someone who taught me to take care of yourself in like healthy ways. You know what I mean? And like, even though it was small, my dad always cleaned his nails. It don't matter how busy the day was, what had to happen, how much time we had. He had that nail file, and he cleaned them nails every day. And he loved baths. That
man after my own heart.
Will take a bath fast. I never in my life seen somebody take a bath so fast. And I'm like, even though that's like really small things, I think like that helped me also in a way, like from how I take care of myself. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Just seeing that. And I didn't realize how not odd, but like not common was that I thought all men took baths.
Y'all barely even be showering.
And I was like, oh no, there's funky men out here,
When I learned people got shits kids in their like underwear regularly, like I know, like I ain't trying to say it can't happen to anybody, because it can, but I mean like on the regular, you're just used to it.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to shame you. I'm just saying that's not the best for your health.
Yeah.
Truthfully.
It's disgusting, really.
I was trying to be kinder.
Oh, sorry.
But it is.
I said that with a straight face.
You were just
like,
duh.
Yes, but it is disgusting.
It's just disgusting.
Is it not? Okay, I'm just saying.
Oh,
because I'm thinking of you scratching and then you smell it.
Stop. We don't gotta describe. No, we don't gotta describe.
Do we?
We're talking about self-care, y'all.
Mayhaps.
We're talking about self-care. And I actually remember where we were talking about sleeping. It's great for you. Also, like, if you don't get enough sleep, it can, like, get you to a point where you're literally, it's on par with being drunk. It's crazy. There's sleep studies out there.
Yeah. To follow that, there's a book called Why We Sleep by Matthew Walker. I love that book.
Speak on it.
That book just really, I think that's really when the big shift of my sleep happened, right? Like,
what about that nap book, though, too?
Nap as a resistance, the Nap Ministry.
Yes,
that account on Instagram
sorry.
also.
Yeah.
Damn, Winnie,
Sorry.
you really be listening to them,
Yeah, I just
Yes,
remember
you
how
should.
impactful that was for you.
So impactful.
You're
I
telling
be
me great
like,
things. I love when you talk about that. But yeah, sorry, go back to the book.
No, but like that, but that kind of like really did it for me. For example, let's say I didn't sleep good the night before
Mm-hmm.
and I wake up early for work. Even if work is like I have a lot to do and I know my body is telling me to rest, I'll take a 10-15 nap. Like
Yeah.
I'll nap.
15 minutes is a good spot for me.
Yeah, the book
15
will
to
say
20.
20 minutes.
Yeah.
But
I would
still.
say 15 to 25 is mine.
She said,
my
I'm
range.
telling you my range.
My range.
Yeah. Also, just something that I will always say until I'm blue in the face. In that book, I learned that you should not be taking melatonin if you are not under advisement of a physician or your primary provider, because you will mess up your natural REM sleep over time. As you age, your I forget the terminology, but essentially as you age, you lose like the ability to sleep longer and deeper. That's why older people are always up in the morning. So you wanting that to happen earlier, which you don't want that to happen, because actually Alzheimer's and dementia, one of the things is like people aren't able to sleep. So you want to make sure that you are not messing up your natural way of producing your REM or whatever that is, because it'll just mess you up and give you a lot of like cognitive or neurological diseases.
Another thing, they're scamming you. Some brands, literally they have like they'll say the 5s and then the 10s, and then if you actually read the back, and then there'll be more money for the 10s, but if you actually read the back, it just says to take 2, so they're actually just the 5s, and you're just paying more for no more. And
I don't think melatonin is federally
that's the other thing
as well.
That's the other thing.
FDA.
Like some of these brands are putting like way more than the scientific studies even showing is like what's appropriate, and so like by doing more, that's like exacerbating the stuff you were talking about, making it like worse and worse, like it's compounding on each other.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it's just a lot of things.
Yeah.
It's unregulated, and
you shouldn't take it if you are younger than like 65, 70, because when you're that age, the melatonin kind of like acts as like a barrier or repair you to help you sleep longer and deeper, because that's like the time you need it. Because if you're younger, it just messes things up. So you should take it when you're older and you have a doctor who's monitoring it with you.
And you don't want to become reliant on it.
No, but I also understand there are plenty parents out here who have children who are neurodivergent, specifically children on the autism spectrum, who have a hard time regulating and just up all night. Up all night, parent is not sleeping, parent is tired. I understand that, and I understand, giving your child melatonin, but please make sure you consult with a physician, because that can really be harmful to your body in the long run.
And there's other things, like teas, chamomile is like a really popular one, but there's people who make way better blends. And then, another one I seen on TikTok is like boiling lettuce in water and then drinking that, and people be knocking out, bro.
Wow.
Another thing that's tied to self-care is
weed.
Also weed. Speak on it. But, another thing, well, the most important thing is always consistency in your sleeping schedule. But another thing that is self-care that I'm trying to implement more, especially now that it's nice weather in Minnesota, is like when I get up to go outside and like for, to be hit by the sun. And that helps like your body understand that it's like the daytime to like enact like when the REM sleep should start versus, not really knowing in your room and all that stuff. But and some other things that I'm trying to do more is like having like a wind down routine. That's why I need to get my Alexas back on, so then I can be like, Winnie, time to wind down. Start playing some music.
Yeah, my Alexa does that.
I know, I gotta get into it.
And my phone does that.
I do the do not disturb.
Yeah, it'd be like time to wind down, bedtime. But I love it when it'd be like, Bree, good job. You hit your goal of sleep.
Oh, that's a serotonin hit I
that is
love, bro.
I'll be
When they're
like,
like, whoa, and I'm like, oh.
it.
Especially when you're just consecutive with it.
Oh. And you look down and it's like 8 hours in the last 14 days on average. I'm like, they want to know.
Who's that girl?
La, na, 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 na.
One thing, though, that I do, unfortunately, do a lot when I'm not doing real good self-care. That's actually one of my indicators that I'm, like, kind of not doing good, maybe spiraling a little, is my screen time. I ain't gonna lie to you, I can get up to double digits. It's bad. And so, yeah, sometimes it's just that ADHD freeze. Ugh.
It's rough.
It's rough.
Sometimes I get upset of how often I'm a person who's unattachedly attached to her phone.
You are. That makes sense to me.
Huh?
I said that makes sense.
Yeah, because I can be having my phone, but then I could go the full day not touching that phone, don't know where the phone is.
It's died. She's like,
and I'm just out here like, oh,
naughty daddy, who wants to fight?
And people are like, oh my God, I've been calling you. What you been doing? And I'm like, sorry. Because I don't know, man. I don't know what it is about the phone.
Yeah.
I can't consistently be with it. It can't consistently be without it. I don't know.
Yeah, so I think that's another part of self-care is like doing stuff you love, but also making sure it's also good for your eyes, so you're not like looking at it all the time, but just doing things. That's why I like to color as my alternative of like getting away from screen time, doing walks outside.
Oh, you know I love a walk outside.
Letting your eyes see the outdoors, especially. I feel so blessed, and we've been talking about this a lot lately, of living in Minnesota, especially rural Minnesota.
Oh my, nothing can beat it.
Because just the scenery is
alone.
Très magnifique.
Breathtaking. I probably comment every time we ride on the same path, go on the same place.
You know. No, you know the spot right before you turn for my house at my grandma's driveway?
Yeah.
Like our lake and then the water on the other side. Every season it's beautiful. Every day gives a different take, and I still am amazed by it. I've seen that shit for 33 years of my life.
Amazed and equally scared every time we cover that part where there's a lake on
the other side.
It's beautiful.
It's fucking awful.
But scary.
It's awful.
And I would hate the day when they put up railings, but also understand.
Did you know that we've evolved to like... So, I don't know if you have, but I've definitely had these thoughts where, like, a flash is, like, something just awful happening, like, going into the water.
Yeah.
So, our brain developed that because we don't, like, experience enough, like, actual fear and danger in our lives anymore. And so, like, it shows us that to remind us, and then we, like, make sure that we're not doing something to make that happen. Yeah.
And I'm wondering what people will think of being like, but that's suicidal thoughts.
Well, I mean, you gotta parse those out for sure.
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah, but like...
That's interesting how the test or whatever you're talking about was able to separate those two things.
Oh, I'm talking about information, like scientific information, not like a test between... What are you saying? I'm sorry, I'm lost.
So you were saying like our brain, when we have these thoughts, it's because the fear. Yeah. How I think it's interesting how you were able to be like, oh, these thoughts was a fear reaction and not a suicidal ideation.
Oh, for reaction.
Me? No, people. How the people, whoever found this out, how they were able to test those out, separate those two is very interesting.
Oh, okay. I hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so doing things you like, I think, is another really important thing of self-care. Like we were just talking about, like, for a lot of us, especially with ADHD, like, it's hard to do stuff you don't want to do, so find something you enjoy. One of my guilty pleasures is going down Wikipedia wormholes.
No.
It's a long time.
That's worse than me watching the horse hooves. I watch a lot of that, y'all. It's a
You
problem.
do. You fucking do.
It's a problem. I'll be like, oh, that poor animal. Oh, their foot. Oh, the horse. The calf.
One time, the first and only time I took my Adderall too late, and it just like kept me up real late. I went on this deep Wikipedia dive of the Japanese dynasty and followed like dynasties and followed like 500 years of history to like the emperors. And like some of them and like how many mistresses they had, it was wild. And literally I was taking some notes because some of it was just so absurd. This one dude had, one of the emperors had so many concubines that it was just crazy, and too many of them were underage. And then I had to do some math on some of them about like, because how many kids they had and like what their ages were and like what age she was when they had that kid. And it was
not you doing the math.
I had to, bro.
And Wikipedia didn't give that information.
Not up front, bro. They were just like bits and pieces, like, you know, put it together.
Oh, wow.
But I'm like, no, she was a child.
Oh.
But yeah, wild stuff. Also, you know, a lot of dynasties, you gotta just look at those to see why incest is not the way to go.
It really is.
Which is hilarious because, and all this ancestry testing is showing there's a lot more incest than people thought. And you know who takes a lot of those DNA ancestry tests?
Her ancestors. Moving on.
A smidgen of yours too, bitch.
I don't know them. I don't know them.
They don't know me. I don't know them.
They don't know me.
Oh. You know what's funny though? People in Is Not Real are not allowed to take ancestry tests because all it will show is that they're not from there. Literally, legally, they don't. You have to get like it waived if there's some specific reason why you need to look up your ancestry. And I can't remember. As
This girl brain amazes me every time. When I have to edit these things, I'll be like, you're just looking like a fangirl the whole time. Because I just be like, what? Like, it's just, man, I should talk more, but I'm just as flabbergasted as y'all. I'm just confused too.
As their last census shows, like the majority of the people literally just in their census shows that they're not born there and that their parents weren't born there, bro. Benjamin Netanyahu, that's not his real name, y'all. He's from fucking Philadelphia.
Not Philly.
I can't remember his real name. We'll put it down below. But they also, you're in the desert. You're going to get tan. They use that. They changed their name to sound more in a Hebrew name so that they seem more from the Middle East to people outside who are ignorant. I'm sorry. It's the truth. This is a part of their scam, y'all.
Dang.
Didn't mean to go on that rant, but I had to get it out.
The scam, Rihanna. I mean, we always knew.
And it's connected because Israel is one of they're the top net profit in the diamond industry. They don't have no mines. You know where they're getting them? Congo. Mm-hmm. So it's connected, y'all. We gotta care.
Yeah. Was we saying it earlier?
I don't
like. We were just like, man, how you don't see the connections?
The connections.
Yeah, it's just
you were saying that earlier.
It's just I mean, this is kind of weird, but when I look at a person, I see strings, and I just be like, oh, I wonder where that one's connected. That one's connected. It's kind of like how I feel when I meet people.
Shout out to TikTok because it did really help me. I'm one of those people that like, because somebody talked about web thinking, and I realized I'm a web thinker.
Oh.
And so, yeah. And just how the amount of things I learned, that's what made me really, it helped me decide to get testing for ADHD.
Yep.
Helped me decide that I really got to get that autism test.
Yeah.
Well, and you and our group of friends just talking about mental health, which, okay, to bring us back to our actual topic, another part of self-care for me is like having friends in a community and like family that I can feel supported by and to rely on because, bro, you can't always take care of yourself. And part of self-care sometimes is letting go and letting people help you.
Something hard for you, my friend.
Damn, bitch, yeah.
I didn't say it was easy for me either. Just know that.
Yeah.
Just know that.
Yeah. So yeah, and like, I don't know. One TikTok did hit me real hard, and I don't remember who said it, but she's just like, if you don't let your community help you, you're fake as fuck because you're not being a part of the community.
Yeah. Yeah.
There has to be reciprocity.
Yeah. I mean, that was really hard for me on receiving like help from if y'all saw my crusty toe, mind your business.
It's not free, y'all.
It's not free, my
Like and subscribe.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. One of the things I had to learn is like, Bree, you're just a likable person. That's because I just feel like that's so boisterous to say, but I just had to tell myself like, Bree, you're a likable person.
You are.
Don't matter the race. It doesn't matter where the person is from or their walk of life.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Black or white.
No, for real. It's just people like me. People in general just like me. And some of those people are white people. Okay. And it took a long time for me to be like, okay, I'm going to accept existence from them. Because I grew up in New Orleans and they were not to be trusted under any circumstances. And then I grew up and learned why that was our way of thinking and like the reality, and also learning that we all have our place in the world, essentially. Is like just something that I was just thinking of. So for me, it was just really hard for me to receive help and look at them as community until I went to college, and like I just met just like kind white people. And then to now be 34 and like I have some really kind white people. So, it was really hard for me to accept help from white people.
It's crazy. That made me think. So when I grew up in a small town with a lot of like white Christian families and like a lot of my friends, and like they were just always so loving and kind to me, even though I was like, everybody knew I was a little native girl, doing native shit over here, but everybody was just so nice to me, and we always had a good time. And like literally, it wasn't until I like left that I like found out that like Christians could be like mean to people for just not being Christian. I was just like, people are still doing this in this day and age.
Yeah.
I was like, the ghetto. But yeah, so it actually surprised me. Like I didn't realize like how.
Yeah.
But also, I will say, as I grew up and I like started to come back more, like I didn't realize like how many signs on the side of the road were like about abortion, like not getting an abortion, and like adoption. I can live with that.
Yeah.
So I will say that. And some real atrocious ones of like, I remember this one, it was this like woman who had like, it was this, and they're like, Sharia law, we don't want that here. And I was just like, this is where I'm from.
Oh no.
And then the Trump signs a couple years back.
The Trump signs are everywhere.
There's literally one on my way to my grandma's. The one that was like hand painted. And at first it was like Trump 2024 or Trump 2020. Then he didn't win. Trump 2024. And then it was like Trump saved the unborn babies. Wild shit. It's gone now.
Oh.
I hope they got better, but
no.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, dude. in small town Minnesota, you're definitely gonna see some Trump signs.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're gonna see it.
The amount of photoshopped, like, local elections with Trump photoshopped onto their pictures and stuff, I was like,
yeah,
get a better photoshopper.
Yeah.
You know who's doing some great fucking commercials? North Dakota, bro. They're out there
really are.
cutthroat on each other, man. I'm like, this shit is wild.
They're not messing around. They are standing on business when it comes to their elected officials. They standing on business.
And the tribes in South Dakota are standing on business. Not letting the governor, or I don't know if she's running for governor or she is the governor. I think she is the governor.
Okay.
She's banned from all their reservations, their travel areas.
Listen, we gotta talk about community self-care.
Community is really, yeah, I think especially in this hyper individualized Western society, y'all got to get it together.
Right.
Cause it's not gonna work out for you. I'm just telling you that as somebody who grew up in a communitying, y'all got to catch up.
Be community.
Yeah.
I like that.
I like it here. This nice.
I do. It's been
Bro, she goes places without me. People know her. She's invited to things without me.
Hey, I'm that girl.
Bro, some important people be sitting down talking to her, explaining shit.
I know.
And I'm just like, wait, what? Why did we do this? She's getting a front row fucking play-by-play. I swear to God.
Listen, it be like that. I can't wait. I love when it's time to feast. Yes. Let me sit down with some uncle and talk some stuff here. I don't even know who he is, but we're having a good time.
She does. Literally just the other day, we went to my little cousin's birthday.
Yeah.
Me and my family sat down at this table. Bree go sit down somewhere else. She don't know nobody. She knows people in the room.
That's it, yeah.
But she just like, about, I don't know, quite a few percent of you, I don't know you.
I did not know them.
And she just sat down and was cracking jokes.
Listen.
Later in the night, she's a part of a pile-on.
Exactly. Oh my God.
It was a great time.
You guys, it was one of my favorite moments, and like not to be like this person, equivalent to a gringo, but it was a joke about per cap, and I caught it. Oh my God. I was so happy to catch that joke because it made it funnier. Because I was like, oh, I love it here. Because I caught the joke and I couldn't stop myself from saying that. And I just had to, I was like, oh, I just love it when I catch a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
you do.
I got it. It makes it more funny, especially when I catch it when everybody else is catching it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
At the same time.
Because there's
times it's a little late, but it's okay.
What you mean there's times? More than half of the time, I don't know what was said. And
There's
I'd be
times.
like, oh.
No.
And then I explained it at a low tone, like that made a difference or anything. Oh, anyway, it was a good joke.
Okay, I will. So to wrap all this up, my last one is literally that, like, one, to combat capitalism.
Yes.
And two, like, for your actual mental health, because we are social creatures, and like it really needs to be talked about more about how Western therapy is too much for like hyper individualism,
Right.
because like we do need to be in community. Especially because y'all, we don't know what's gonna happen.
We don't.
It's a little turbulent right now, which is crazy because Democrats love. Well, actually, every president loves to use it, but Democrats have used it handily quite a few times to get reelected in a wartime, because people feel more like, well, let's stick with the stable because that's what we have now. There's no point in changing when all this change is about to happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which,
that is true.
Fuck you, Joe Biden.
She's speaking her truth on the cast tonight.
You
Keeping it real on Gym Square. 103.7.
Ooh.
Kiss GM. That's how it felt. But what I will say is, like you're saying, like taking capitalism out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Literally being on a phone call with a friend is self-care.
Mm-hmm.
Showing up for a friend is self-care. Letting friends show up for you is self-care.
Journaling is self-care.
Journaling is self-care. Remembering to eat is self-care. Remembering to drink water is self-care.
Going to the bathroom when you have to pee.
Because you know me, I'll be like, vagina health.
I don't hold my pee as long anymore.
Yeah, because it's like, man, when we get older, it's already going to be rock city.
That pelvic floor
going to be on the floor. Okay. And we don't want to rock the boat. And we don't want to work it in the middle. And we not changing positions. But what I will say is we got to stay true to the self-care, whatever that is for you. Even if you have a busy life, taking just a deep breath in and out, so quick, that's helping yourself. That's helping you regulate your cortisol levels, because that's what happens when you're stressed out. The cortisol start going crazy, it's building in your joints and your muscles, and look at you stiff and you can't move because you're stressed out. And taking deep breaths really help that.
Yeah.
Putting cold water on your face really help that. Regulate that vagus nerve. So, it's just important to take care of yourself. And I'm saying this as a person who's not really taking care of herself as good as she can right now.
It's a little rough.
It's a little rough.
But we're picking ourselves back up.
We're doing it. We're doing it. Sorry for that tangent.
Another thing, on the finding something in, because we've talked about a lot of things. But finding something in your budget or saving to do things. But one thing, even being able to live alone, if you've had, some contentious things, or if you've never lived alone, it can be really healing. It has been for me, and I know it has been for you. I think we'll talk about that another time. But, and one of my favorite things is just putting on some headphones or my Alexas and just putting on some music and dancing. It really helps.
I love dancing.
Yes.
I dance a lot in my house.
It really helps. And that's the thing you can do that's lower sound if you use your headphones. Free, if you have those things.
Yeah.
But yeah, you were saying, finding little things like the breathing, being able to close your eyes in the spot and just giving yourself a little bit of time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Also, a really big one is journaling.
Yeah.
And even if it's just to write down a little bit, and I think it really highlights your story earlier about just how it helped you get through that time.
Yeah.
And it also helps you be more present in your life for people who disassociate.
Yeah.
And it helps you remember things more.
Oh yeah.
And so yeah.
Especially if you have trauma.
Yeah.
Writing things really help you keep the memories or your life in order. Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's just really exploring yourself and especially I'll say this, if you're a people pleaser, being able to find yourself and understand yourself better. If you're somebody who's not as connected to your body, being able to understand that better and getting a better alignment.
Yeah.
I think that's just a one huge thing that's helped me is working more on my posture.
Yeah.
And how I stand and understanding what muscles need to help me to be able to work my body better.
Yeah. Nice. Nice. So I hope you take in everything that we've said and, also laugh with us in our jokes as well. And be present with us in the moments that we showed vulnerability as well. So thank you for listening to Gem Square. Don't forget to follow us everywhere on all the socials. Don't also forget that we have some things in our description box on our podcast audio format and also the visual formats. And don't forget to engage with our content, download our content. That's really important for us to grow.